people, get connected to people, and wherever you're at in your recovery, we love you right where you're at. If you're high right now, we love you right where you're at. It don't matter. Like I said, the whole thing is we're helping each other to have a great life and everything. So welcome to the Magic Warehouse. And like my friend DJ Anthony said before, we meet every night of the week doing something. So if you're bored or you want to hang out with our crew, you're all welcome. Welcome. I'd like to introduce you to my co-partner, Sunday.
Hi guys, happy Sunday. Happy Sunday night at the Magic House where the magic is Jesus and the miracles are you. We are so glad that you guys are here. Like, it's unreal how much it's been growing here. And we're super, super grateful to be able to have this opportunity and this space to celebrate every single one of you guys, right? We know the opposite of addiction is connection, and so we encourage that you get connected, you get invested in each other's lives, and you get to see what happens when you participate in your recovery, right? Everyone got here and got sober. Checked off the list, done. But sobriety without recovery isn't that fun, and you can figure that out on your own, or you can get down and each one teach one, And so again, we're just so grateful that all of you guys are here. Hi, Daddy. And we're so happy that every single one of you show up, and I look forward to meeting any of you that I haven't met yet. Have a great day.
We love you, Sunday!
And like I said, my name's Chief. I'm an Anaheim boy, live right around the corner, down the street, stuff like that. I've been doing this for the last 40 years in some way, shape, or form. And I just celebrated with my wife 46-year anniversary, so you want to know anything about marriage, you talk to me. I'll tell you don't do it, okay? So, like I said, I used to use a drug probably you never heard of anymore called heroin, okay? It's kind of obsolete now, but I'm an old cat, so I used to do that, and I got clean at Chino State Prison. That was the place it took for me, and then I decided I want to help others just like me. So the last 40 years, I've gotten to do this, and it's just a beautiful thing just to be able to, whatever I can do, get a ride for somebody, get a big book for somebody, get a Bible for somebody, give them a hug, whatever I can do. This old cat is here for you. This isn't no paid gig. We pay to have it going on and do it. There's no hidden agenda. We just want to see everybody here doing better in their life. And we have a few people that we meet places that like to sing a song or do a poem or anything like that. So if you're one of those people, let us know. And we'll hook you up for next week or the week after and get it going. So, man, I'm really, really thrilled that all of you are here. And we're going to be able to hear a few testimonies, a few songs, all that kind of stuff tonight. So it's a beautiful thing, like I said. Let me close my little part with this. All of us get wake-up calls. You all know what a wake-up call is? A lot of you people are too young to know maybe what a wake-up call, where God gets a hold of you and go, hello. And so 15 years ago, I've done most of my dirty deeds sober. Anybody else like that? I didn't need any drug to do it. But 15 years ago, I decided I'm that guy, like I says, somebody honks their horn behind me at a red light. I'm looking at them and I'm going, I guess they don't know who I am. Anybody like that in the house? That's it. Anybody here that was looking for love in all the wrong places? Anybody here that the party didn't start till you walked in? Okay, that's why we're here tonight, all of us. But here I was 15 years ago, just nobody's going to tell me nothing. I ended up in a place and I had a lot of red flags. Don't go there, stupid, turn around. And next thing you know, I'm locked up in the Orange County Jail over here on $1 million bail, and it doesn't look good. When I was sitting in that jail, the good part is whatever you're going through negative, it's a good thing. It's a wake-up call. It's a hello, come on, let's get it together. And 15 years ago when that happened, my life totally changed. You know what? Got rid of my stinking. I got a checkup. I'm telling you, I got a new life. I pull a GTA every morning. I'm grateful, thankful, and appreciative. And, I stay high on Jesus all day long. So, once again, love you, happy you're here. My buddy Francisco's going to say hello to everybody and then sing a song.
Sorry, real quick before Francisco comes up, this week is Chief's birthday. So as you see him...
It's crazy being over 40. Next Sunday we'll celebrate that. For those that are here, like I said, we'll throw an extra big party. I'll even buy a bunch of wieners and stuff and like that. So good to have you here.
Francisco!
What's up, guys? My name is Francisco. I've been up to the Magic House here a couple times. Before I start my song, I just want to tell you what it's about. It's called Two Devils. Essentially, I wrote this song, so I know about your guys' addiction, but mine, I always pictured an angel and then a devil on my shoulder, but at a certain point, I just had like two devils. So like, I wrote this song when I was like selling my body for drugs. So essentially, like, this is what it's about, and yeah, I hope you guys like it. Cause I can't keep this any longer. That silence was making me stronger. Cause I'm out of my element in every type of way. Cause most nights I lie there to think deep and wonder if lightning strikes harder when you don't hear the thunder. Cause I've been caught in between two devils, can't find an angel on my shoulder. Cause I've got an acquired taste that tells me what I desire, and I'm on my way. Cause most nights I lie there tired, I'm on my way. Tired, I'm on my way. Taste that tells me what I desire.
Thank you, Francisco. Next up, we have YB Asco. Welcome home, champion. Cheer for him as he makes his way to the stage.
How's everybody doing? Doing this, but will I ever know? Every time I catch a line, I end no black and look for blood. Motions flowing out my body and I'm causing all these floods. Every day I live it up cause there ain't no whole where I'm from. They ain't take me serious when I was broke, I had to run it all. I don't wanna argue but she hated when I leave. Thinking the worst thing is gonna happen running in them streets. So when I be running from the cops and chases when I speed. Ain't no license, got a warrant, ain't no stopping so I flee. I know I got trust issues but I still see your potential. Past relationships, very crazy, really fuck up how I'm healing. Ain't no turning back, too much investors. Wait up, hold just listen. I swear we gonna get through this. It's just another fucking mission. Wait up, hold a second and just tell me how you feeling. Overdosing on some jealous shit, I forgot to pay attention. It all don't cost a thing, but I already became invested. I'm over all this fucking bullshit. Who the fuck you beefing this? Shorty run the streets like she can't get enough, but really ain't no love. She just addicted to the drugs. We be fighting all the time because the stress is making tough. Knowing I don't wanna deal with this, but will I ever know? Every time I catch a line, I hit a block and look for blood. Motions flowing out my body and I'm causing all these floods. Every day I live it up cause there ain't no where I'm from. They ain't take me serious when I was broke, I had to run it all. I feel all types of crazy like how the fuck this happened. My lifestyle be a movie while they out here think we rapping. You gotta drive with precision if you out here really trapping. I got one for the business and a heart on one for special. Now we ain't play no games. None of mine say they were no lame. My team really solid, don't know what you think. All the charges take off in the face. Yo, why they ain't chasing me straight? Do whatever, I gotta take aim. Just been designed to get violent and flame. What's up with these questions? Why can't you just keep shit cordial? Liquor got me feeling mortal. Out here ride around and be wildin', but ain't gang you like these potholes. I'm just taking all these losses, getting stuck up in these portals. And I'm taking off and I'm flowing. Shorty run the streets like she can't get enough, but really ain't no love, she just addicted to the drugs. We be fighting all the time because the stress is making tough. Knowing I don't wanna deal with this, but will I ever know? Every time I catch a line, I hit a block and look for blood. Motions flowing out my body and I'm causing all these floods. Every day I live it up cause there ain't no whole where I'm from. They ain't take me serious when I was broke, I had to run it all.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. So up next, we got our guy Aaron. Aaron's gonna go sing us some songs. So let's give him some more round of applause. Let's go, guys. Aaron! Don't worry about a thing.
All right, Aaron! That's a hard act to follow. How's everybody doing tonight? All right. All right, here we go. Don't worry about a thing, amen? There you go, clap your hands. Don't be shy. Don't worry about a thing, cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Oh yeah, saying don't worry about a thing. Cause every little thing is gonna be alright. That's right. Woke up this morning under the rising sun. Three little birds outside my doorstep, singing sweet songs, a melody pure and true, singing, this is my message to you. Very good, here we go. Don't worry about a thing, cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Oh yeah, saying don't worry about a thing, cause every little thing is gonna be alright. That's right. Woke up this morning under the rising sun. Three little birds outside my doorstep, singing sweet songs of melodies pure and true, singing, this is my message to you. Yeah, saying don't worry about a thing, cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Oh yeah, saying don't worry about a thing, cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Here we go. Saying don't worry about a thing. Oh Oh yeah, yeah. Cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Oh yeah, one more time. Saying don't worry about a thing. That's right now. Cause every little thing is gonna be alright.
Thank you, Aaron. We love you. Next up, we have, where's he at? Woodpile, where you at? Chris is coming up to read us a poem. Wrong Woodpile, but I've got your name for next week there, sir. Come on up, Chris.
Is that mixed whiskey in the house? I mean, you know, us solo people got to stick together. You gonna get that guitar up and do a song for
Get your
us?
guitar.
All right, come on.
Okay, come on, Chris. Come on.
Mixed whiskey!
I can smoke it here. Yeah, first and foremost, I am so burnt out from working right now, dude. Like absolutely burnt. But we don't call in, we crawl in. So, you know. And it doesn't matter how I feel. I'm a new creation in Christ. So you know, He's got me. I don't have to do shit but stand here and look good or bad, either way. Freestyle. Oh, you want
Beat. Give him a beat, DJ.
I will freestyle. I don't give a shit.
Let's hear it.
What up? My name is Chris, and I'm burnt the fuck out, but I don't give a. Shout out to nobody. You want to come try this? You're gonna get told on somebody.
I want to introduce you to somebody right now. You might have seen him. I mean, he's magazines. He's a model on the cover of a lot of whatever. He's on a lot of things like that. And in the heart. So a lot of times we can look at somebody and do a little interview, and is it okay? Go ahead, you can take pictures, kids.
Normal childhood, working parents. I'm one of those kids that I don't have the excuse. I grew up in the ghetto and kind of brought myself to graffiti. It started with graffiti and kind of moved on from I despite going from graffiti, which many of you were in the I had a pretty serious gang history that, I mean, I was on my toes for so long doing gang. First time, before cigarettes, before vape, before alcohol, I never even smoked a joint. I smoked crack the first time I ever. Real drugs.
Any of you crackheads, good to have you here, brother. Now I understand a little bit more. Oh, yeah, do they got that in Oklahoma?
Yeah. They got that butter.
I went 0 to 100. Straight thing was crack on a pipe, like, and we're talking within 3 seconds. I could hear rats playing across the street. You know how it is when you smoke crack. I mean, life was immediately done at that point. I didn't have a fighting chance. If you know crack, yeah, it was done.
Man, I've never heard anybody started out with crack, you know, and that was a gateway drug to what?
Well, I fell into peer pressure. People don't realize it was a serious thing. I mean, I was a decent drug dealer. I was a decent gang member. And the minute I tried crack, it was within 1 week. You get like maybe 1 or 2 days of enjoying it. Within 1 week, I was already trading my shit, your shit, my mom's shit, that lady's shit, their shit. Anything you had was
a lot
up
of
for grabs.
shit going on here, man. I tell
Excuse
you.
me.
No, hey, this is a free church. This is all right here, you know. Yeah. Describe. So there you were. You turned into what I would have called a crackhead.
Oh, I was horribly a crackhead. I have to admit it. Yeah. I used to lie and say I did cocaine, but we all know that's a lie.
What do crackheads do? I mean, and do they have hobbies or?
My hobby was stealing from you. I would steal the chain.
Sunday. Okay, you heard crackhead. What kind of questions do you think we should ask him now?
What kind of question should we ask the crackhead?
Yeah.
What have you done since you stopped smoking crack?
Oh, there was so much in between. You want to ask a couple in between questions first?
Okay.
There's a lot.
What was the reason you made the first choice to stop smoking crack?
Again, we got a long time before we get there.
Let's get there. Well, he was a crackhead.
Well, crack led me pretty much down some evil roads to where, like
what?
Like to share some of that journey. I smoked crack for so long that I would trade. One of the last things I did was, and this is how serious it is, because it's part of crack, and I was so excited to smoke that one piece of crack, and this is how I called my mom to pick me up from a corner in the valley, which, if any of you know the valley, it's kind of far from here, but we have a. So I remember calling my mom, collecting, having my mom pick me up. I was filthy. I was sweaty. I was filthy. I was like, I think I had even peed.
Man, I've got friends of mine that told me that makes your thought life. You do some.
Well, I was able, unlike crack, meth, if you remember, I'm able to get a few years of some fun projects and activity, and I can enjoy sex finally. And
oh, there we go. I heard about that sex thing.
Yeah.
Anybody else hear about that? Okay.
Well, you think you're having fun sex, but you're really not. But in that moment, you are. But I'm collecting markers and stickers and.
Did you watch porn during that time?
Oh yeah, I was. Yeah. I watch porn on the phone in Walmart. Yep.
Is there anybody else in the house that watch porn?
You're lying if you're saying you don't. Don't lie. Don't lie.
That's it.
Yeah, stop lying.
Well, I can only imagine Oklahoma porn. You know what I mean? What's those horses they call them? What do they call those things?
Shetland ponies!
Beef.
Yeah.
Bestiality.
Oh my
cows.
Man, I'm telling you, hearing about the moon and all that stuff. Oh my God. Thinking about milking? Yeah, okay. So it didn't happen just in Oklahoma. California got some sick puppies, and so Mohawk, my gosh, jeez. I mean, when I look at this guy, just attractive. Matter of fact, I was going to go gay. He might be the guy, you know? That's another story. We'll go on. So here you are.
Watching my boxers in the sink, wearing shower shoes in the shower. I refuse to use Starbucks. I'm using Folgers. I mean, yeah. It's still better than Starbucks, I swear. A lot of people in a beautiful room my mom had got me in the city of Santa Clarita out by Magic Mountain. I turned it basically into my jail cell. And I find a way to get a connection. I don't leave the house much. I got someone dropping off dope. I get a girl to come over once a week to hang out with. You know, I don't really want to function. My drug addiction builds huge, and I mean huge, to where within a matter of about my mom bought, thinking it's a fresh start for me, and I've turned the second story into a fucking trap house. I mean, graffiti, the walls are torn down. If you can picture, any of you remember what it's like to tweak out and get some power tools going at 3 in the morning with the headband on and I'm wearing boxers, a tool belt, some boots, and I'm remodeling this house. I mean, I think I'm remodeling the house. I'm Tim the Toolman Tweaker Taylor at 3 in the morning. You got neighbors calling my parents. They got all these apps on Facebook and Instagram, like Nextdoor, where all the neighbors are communicating. And my mom's getting cell phone calls like, shut your kid up. And this house has been torn down to like, I mean, I'm embarrassed. It makes me want to cry. I ruined my mom's house. I tore the stairs down to floorboards, the carpet out. My room is destroyed. And in the process, I'm just slamming meth. And they make it so easy to get needles and supplies. One of the things that we've been working on. And it's just anywhere you get needles, anywhere it's easy to get drugs. People are dropping it off. My behavior's getting worse. My mom's room that she gave me is like there's punch holes in the wall filled with needles. I'm not even disposing of the needles, right? The needles are half filled with blood, some of them where you can't fix. Any junkies know what that's like. Sometimes I can hit, sometimes I can't. The walls are filled with them needles. Yeah, it's horrible. And I'm just slamming dope for a couple years. Some of the good shit.
Yeah. So doing all that stuff in your life, you're doing all that time.
Yeah.
Were you messing with a love drug? You have a lady in your life, or?
I mean, I probably thought I did, but I couldn't maintain no relationship.
Okay.
You know, none of us could at that point. I mean, I'm probably sure I took a couple girls. I mean, come on.
I'm telling you, this is all new to me.
For 3 weeks, I'm accusing the neighbors of having sex with my imaginary girlfriend. That's when I go to heroin. Heroin's part of my story, but I was only like occasional to get my ass to calm the fuck down.
So you spend a lot of your life, like incarcerated, sick, and all that kind of stuff. When did you come to that place, that moment, that aha moment, that eureka moment?
My streets destroying my relationships with my friends, women, family members, America. I destroyed everything connecting me to America. I like to say, yeah. And about 5 years later, I have to, my sponsor tells me to always say it out loud. I had the idea one night that my dad, if any of you have done meth, you get those paranoid thoughts. Cocaine makes you paranoid where you're scared. Meth makes you paranoid to where you're. I was paranoid thinking having some imaginary relationship with my girlfriend, who's, mind you, in the state of Pennsylvania at this point, not even near. And I had one of those old school alarm clocks. Anybody's old enough to remember those with the little digital letters? Remember those shoes?
Oh, I definitely remember.
One from Walmart. They cost like $25. It's a big thing. Yeah. I unplugged it and raced down the stairs because my brain said that my dad was doing something, and I donkey punched my dad with this alarm clock. And my dad turns around and looks at me. He looks at me with like every emotion a father could feel, to where he's like, he's not scared of me, but he's hurt, he's let down, he's sad, he's confused. It's just and he says, just get away from me. Because they can't physically control me at that point. They're not enabling me, they're not giving me money, they're not even letting me have food. I've taken over the second story of my parents' home because they can't physically kick me out. My mom doesn't want to arrest me because it could be my third strike. And the look on my dad's face was enough to where, like, I realized, like, for like 30 seconds, like, I just cracked my dad, his head's bleeding. It's not even real what I was thinking. And I went back up these stairs, and I call it that damn room because that damn room became a prison cell of many aspects for me. And if you could picture, I mean, when I close my eyes, I can still see this room. It was no carpet. There's an empty there's just a mattress that's soiled with fucking sweat and probably piss. A pile of dirty laundry that I've been sleeping up against. I don't sleep. I mean, when I pass out and come to, there's clean laundry piled up in the corner. The closet There's holes in the wall. Off the wall. The electric fan has been ripped out because I found a thought process that there's a listening device in my fan. There's all the outlets are ripped out. There's no electricity. There's like a little tea candle burning on a counter. The windows are covered with sheets. There's a Bluetooth speaker playing, I don't know, something psycho like Iron Maiden. And then there's like a little monitor, like a 14-inch, remember those prison TVs we parole with? I had a little 14-inch monitor TV and a portable DVD player playing some porn. It just rotated constantly. There's all kinds of psychotic tools, and I want to become like just hell after hitting. And I got on my knees and I started. I say this just because I don't like to offend nobody, but I got some Viking in my history, so I kind of believe in that stuff. But I also firmly believe that Jesus died for me. He hung on that cross for me, straight up. There's no arguing it, and I didn't know what to do or who to talk to at that point, so I got on my knees and I'm praying to Jesus, Odin. Hell, I'm praying to the wall if it'll help me, and I'm praying I finally just said, I don't know how to do it, but I can't keep doing this, and I'm scared, and I can't stop, and I just want someone to take this from me. And that was the first day of 2 weeks where I prayed every day, and I kept using some way. For some reason, I had enough meth to last me like 2 weeks and a shot of heroin. And but at this point, I mean, $5 of meth would mentally fuck me off. I hit my dad. I'm still praying. Mind you, I'm praying probably 3 or 4 times a day. Please, after I do a shot, I'm just. Last day, for some reason, I remember I did. I always say this on all the radio shows I do. I did 17 shots. That's enough to kill Kurt Cobain. I'm doing meth and heroin. That's probably about what he had in his system at that point. And I'm not smart enough to realize every shot I'm not missing, but it's not working. Over to another vein. It doesn't work. You know how frustrating that is when you're fixing and that shit don't work. You're not well, it's pissing me off. And the 17 shot I did, please excuse me, but it's my truth. I did a shot on the vein on my privates. And it worked. I didn't miss it, and it didn't work. And I set this fuck.
But all right, yeah.
My Johnson, sorry. It's my truth. But I set this needle down, and I didn't miss, and it didn't work, and I'm frustrated. And then I finally snap up, and I'm like, I was too dumb to realize, man, I've been praying for this for like 2 weeks. And for some reason, I just looked up, and I'm like, oh shit, and I start crying. It's not working. There's no reason to keep going. 17 shots of heroin and meth, there's no reason that shouldn't get me high. Should have got me psycho or committed to a hospital. And I'm talking full pulls in a needle. Not just no 10-point shot, real pull. Banged on my door. And I remember the door was so fucked up, the door falls on me and falls. Fucking Frodo Baggins at this point. And I call my mom and I say, Mom, my mom's this little lady who's always stood by me. And she just must have known. She runs up these stairs and she says, are you ready? And I said, yeah, I'm fucking ready, Mom. I don't give a fuck what. Just don't make me go back in that room. Shut that, burn that room and my mom starts crying and we cry and she's like, okay, let's get you some help. Crap. I had to get on a waiting list for a detox at Tarzana Treatment Center. And my mom moved me down to that nice living room. Yeah? My mom, okay, so she puts me in the nice room. Now, I'm not even allowed to sit in that room. She gets me a real TV, another DVD player. I'm watching normal movies at this point. She buys me some alcohol. She says, listen, you're not going to be able to kick this without this. Just drink till we get you into treatment. So I sit on this couch and I drink some alcohol each day. It's about a 2-week waiting list to get into detox. And I got into detox. And detox turned into treatment. And treatment turned into... A lot of people like to fight the system and think that they're going to run the show. But when you're ready, like... I didn't give a shit. 7 meetings a day. I had to do chores. I got to do chores.
That's what I'm talking about.
I got to do some chores. You're gonna do your steps. I mean, right now I'm on my 4th round, halfway through my 4th round of the steps. I like to do them every year. But I did my steps. I didn't hesitate. I sponsored people. I took commitments. I did whatever the fuck. I wasn't kidding. You told me to do something. Will it keep me out of that room? Where can I sign up? had nothing left. It was that or suicide. And I just knew that I did not want to be in that room. It's just like all these tents and all. Just that room. Not be back there anymore.
So let's close this up now with, what does your life look like now?
Okay, today I've been sober about 5.5 years.
Come on now. We're getting ready to do some years. You got some time. You went past all that whiner time and everything you guys call all that kind of
Well,
stuff.
at 5 years, you can hear your head pop out of your ass.
That's what I heard.
sponsor
Yeah.
said that, yeah.
Oh my God. Anybody's head popped up? Okay, no head. Not yet, but they're working on it. That's what.
It will. Oklahoma has a plan for that.
So what are you doing now?
Now I sponsor people. I do YouTube show after YouTube show. I do radio shows. I'm an actor. I work for Selling Clothing.
Come on, let's give it over selling clothing. Yeah.
I do a lot of things under that company. I do modeling, videos, run social media. I recruit. I do conventions. I do sales. I'm a sales rep for the company. And we're in the process of building my own YouTube channel right now.
Hey, could you tell me when you're modeling,
Yeah.
can you give us a few poses?
Only one. Yeah, I got one look. My look has no smile. Just I don't do.
I love it. My gosh, so you're doing all that kind of stuff and now sponsoring people, helping people out, and
Yeah.
YouTube channel. How do we get to watch you? What do we?
We're building. My Facebook is Matt Camerano, I think. I have a TikTok.
Into the beautiful eyes of these beautiful people.
Well, it's funny because, Chief, I was telling Anthony and Mike this. I remember when I first got sober. I remember this feeling. I remember, like a lot of the people here, I was the same way. I remember getting excited to show up to a meeting and putting on a pair of tennis shoes that you might have got from the donations, or putting on some clothes and shit. Just getting excited to be at this meeting and out of that sober living or that treatment center that I was stuck at for all day. And I mean, if I can do it, any of you can do it, dude. It's insane.
Let's give it up for Mohawk Matt and check him out on his YouTube channel. Any final words, my brother? Any final words you have? Just give it to us.
Somebody asked me once, Soft White Underbelly. I did that show. The fucked up truth is I wouldn't change nothing. He goes, even hitting your dad or even watching that kid get killed? And I'm like, no, because if I change any of that, I would. It's the messed up part. All that so I can touch people. And the way I look, I can hit people that...
He's not just a pretty face, is he? There's so much underneath there. And hey, thank you from the bottom of my heart for
Phil.
making time to be here. I love you, brother.
Love you too, bro.
Let's go ahead and have Mig Whiskey do your song. Where you at, Mig? Come on up here. There he goes, Mig's Whiskey. I've heard of him. He's all over the place. He is doing it.
I got his portrait tattooed on me.
Mig's Whiskey under Mig's Whiskey, and he's all over the place. And one of the things that I try to promote is having a Noah's Ark type of a place. Two of every kind of people. Become all things to all people. We might win some together. So it's good to have everybody in the house being part of our crew. Yeah.
What's going on, everybody? My name is Mig's Whiskey. Mohawk Matt, Sullen family. See all the channels he's on? Yo, do your thing, man. Album, I'm in the studio, and this is a new song. You know, I always say don't reinvent the wheel, but you know, this is not the reinventing of the wheel. This is showing some respect to the ones that came before me. So like I've always wanted to remix a song for a long, making an outlaw folk style song, but eventually God had another plan. So this is my version of folk. Just a baby, my mama told me, son, always be a boy. So watching and cry. They're probably drinking coffee and smoking big cigars. Well, I know. And those and I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when. I'm stuck in a fall. It's dragging on, and that well, if they'd freed me from that prison, if that railroad train was mine, moving up farther down the line, and I let that lonesome whistle blow my blues. When I was just a baby, always be a good boy, don't never play with guns, but I said and I hear that was horrible.
Next up, we have Shar, who's coming to give her testimony.
I was 3 days sober, and next Friday I'll be 30 days sober. I'm gonna give you guys like a little testimony and like give you first took the love drug ecstasy, and when I was 17 I met this guy that I thought was my go to a resort, but I was so high I didn't even care. I just wanted to leave. I lied to my mother and I told her I was going. I got, and I'm just like not knowing what's going on, and he's like, you and you stay in the bathroom while I do this guy. Find out she sent the man up there to rape me. So I got raped and sexually assaulted while I was up there, and I had to find my way home. So I went through being high, and I ended up calling my father, and he drove 4 hours to get there, and I ended up going through 5150 after what happened to me. It was very upsetting. And then I got introduced to Perk 30s, disguised as fentanyl. then would not have been able to survive being here. Like, I got my phone taken away the other day, and I would have fucking ran away, like, fuck this shit, I do not want to be here. But I'm sitting through all this shit, and going through everything, in pain or not in pain, and God has kept me here.
Can Christina, Benny, Caitlin, and Kara please make your way to the front stage?
Now that I escape, sleep, walk away. Those who correlate know the world they kick. Jail bars ain't golden gates. Those who fake, they break. When they meet their 400-pound mate, if I go moonshine, I pour a sip. Well, no, don't weep. White Clef's in a state of sleep, thinking about the robbery that I did last week.
Awesome.
The bag banker looked like a
In
drag.
30 words or less, tell us how you did it. Yeah, come on.
Hi, I'm Christina. I'm from Texas. I have 55 days today, including from I really went to rehab in Tech Cali Prime, and it's pretty great. My friends, my family. Really grateful to God, grateful for this experience. You know, I just got a sponsor, so that was cool. That's it.
Hi, I'm Benny. I moved here from New Jersey to get sober. This is my first time in recovery. Yeah, it's my first time in recovery. I just got out of detox 2 days ago. Today's 30 days for me. I'm a sober living now. It's really diverse here, and I was kind of nervous coming to a meeting for this is like my second NAA meeting type thing. It's really diverse, and I like it. We got Britney Spears and a little bit of Dr. Dre too, so I'm like, I enjoy it. Thank you guys.
Next up is our 60-day celebrations. Can we have Tyler and Patty make your way to the front stage? And Everest, please make your way to the front stage. And Austin, where's Austin? And Daniel. Where's Austin hiding?
The lights are blinking, I'm thinking it's all over when I go out drinking. Oh, making my mind slow. That's why I don't make bro. I got to maintain, cause a nigga like me is going insane. Insane in the membrane.
Aging Austin. And I meant Cora. So before we start our 60-day celebrations, Cora's gonna come up and tell us how she got her 30.
Hi, I'm Cora. I have 50 63 days sober. But I didn't get my tip, so I'm a little bit late. And how I did it is probably the women in my house who keep me accountable and inspire me. And my program, AA, my sponsor.
There you go.
I just got a sponsor recently, and I'm working on step 1 right now. So it's the first time I'm starting the steps, and I have a sponsor. So I really enjoy it, and yeah, I really hope I stay sober and long term.
We'll keep stepping.
Hey, I'm Heather from Oklahoma. Today's my 30 days clean, and I have been here for 31 days, so yeah, about to go to sober living tomorrow from Recovery Beach, and thanks guys. Well, my name is Patty. I'm from Shawnee, Oklahoma. I'm 60 days clean today, and I'm with South Coast. And that's my support group right there. That's right. And if it wasn't for God, I would not be here. So thank you.
That's right.
Come on, Daniel.
Hi, my name's Daniel. I'm from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, and I have 68 days in recovery from fentanyl and meth. Sorry, I'm really nervous. I didn't have any family or friends until I met everybody here, and you all have given me literally a new family, and I'm really grateful. Before I came to Cali, I literally hated everything. I hated this existence. I tried to kill myself twice, and this has given me new hope and comfort, and it's teaching me how to be a person. So I'm really glad to be here. I'm really glad to have all of you, and I love you all.
Tyler. I'm from Muskogee, Oklahoma. Man, I just tell myself every day, if I can go to bed tonight without getting high, I made it. You know what I mean? I got 2 of my friends and my little brother out here just less than a week ago trying to pay it forward for the people that really need it. You know what I mean? I go to as many panels, as many meetings as I can. You know what I mean? I'm going to just try to show true leadership. Try to do it.
Hi, how you doing? My name's Heights. I represent Oklahoma. That's right! I got 70 days sober. I got a beautiful lady over there, Chelsea. You know what I mean? How I do it, I hit the meetings and I gave everything to God. I let Him lead me. My way didn't work. You know what I mean? I made it to the top of a big game from Oklahoma, but I don't want that lifestyle no more. So I'm here to represent Oklahoma, let y'all know that y'all can do it. No half stepping in this shit. You gotta be all in. Shit, so big ass love to everybody and thank you for having me.
Next up, we have Christian with 90 days.
I'm Christian. I'm a fucking junkie from New Jersey. I almost lost my leg to a Fetty overdose, and I overdosed 2 months after, so consequences aren't enough. But how it happened, I drank, and then I did a little meth. You know, it seems to be a common story. And I decided to go to treatment and call my sponsor, wrote my 4th step in fucking treatment, and got to work. I got 93 days sober. I'm making my first amends to my parents tomorrow. I'm stoked. So treatment never kept me sober. I think about myself enough.
I'm saying, I surrender.
Next up, we have our whiner for the evening. DJ, where are you at? DJ!
More choppers and bass, free at last, brand new whips to crash, then we laugh in the illipad. Been stretching so many
18 months. Gotta say, 18 months. I've accomplished a lot in 18 months. God's been with me, follow Chief, and that's about it.
Award or BT awards, whatever your thing is, but I just think it's great. And I want to give honor and praise, for everybody who's made all these choices, and they've surrendered and shared their stories. And like Mohawk Matt said, how bad do we...
Speaking of proud of everybody coming up here, we're starting the birthday celebration.
I'm Dion and I'm an alcoholic. God is so good, and I am so grateful to be here tonight. I really am. Chief, this place is just amazing. It has been a part of my journey since I came out here to California. It took me 8 years to get to where I am today. 8. I started 2015, a long time ago. I signed for 10 years in prison. If I did complete this program called Drug Court, I did this whole thing where I put my focus on getting back in my life, the car, the job, the relationships, the money. And you know what? It didn't keep me sober. So I was just... I came out here to South Coast. Not even 5 months later, I was back using again. And that last relapse for me, I completely obliterated my life. And really look at my life, because I realized that I could be absolutely insane even when I'm sober. Because I was just doing the same thing over and over. Like I said, I was focusing on the car, the job, the money, the apartment, but I never put any real focus on healing the inner things that was going on within me. And so I used to sell my body. If you have an imagination, I've been there and I've done. But I just want you guys to know, especially my people from Oklahoma and especially for my people from South Coast, you guys are all dear to me. I love you guys. Up here and do it and get 2 years. I promise you, no matter how many times I've fallen off, you can do it too. So thank you guys so much.
Please.
This moment and hope it don't be just out in the music,
September 5th, 2012, and I know, we're like, thank you! God damn it! Okay. Yeah, no, I give that all to God, with a bunch of track marks all over my neck and all over my arms and all over my legs, to the point where, all of my veins missed. Anyway, so this is definitely not my first. If anybody knows what I'm talking about, there's 4 different tapes, and all he would do is talk for 2.5 hours, and the group facilitator would come in, pop it in the VCR, and then the next week we're watching the same exact shit. Okay, so I'm telling you right now, groups are not going to keep you sober. All right.
Your friends are not going to keep you sober. Your kids are definitely not going to keep you sober because and that's the thing that's going to set you free, you know. And for the people that are here, like, you want to get advice. Fruit on the tree, not a dying bush. It's a battleship. So I want you to remember that, because like, we're here in the fight, and like, God's got you, and like, that's what you need to fill your spirit with. Like, I was filling it with people, places, things. It was like heroin. All I ever talked about was my connect. All I talked about was, you know, finding a new vein or whatever. Big part, and also being traditional too with my native culture. That's a huge part of my foundation too, because like, you could get guided for so long with your own understanding, but at some point in time you're going to need something that's going to hold you a little more accountable. That's right. You know, and for me, there's freedom in the word. And I think that's like what people get confused, because they think like you become a Christian and there's all these rules and you get to be like boring, you don't have a good life and stuff. But at the end of the day, like, those guidelines are actually routes to freedom, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically too. So if you're here, like, I'm so glad you're here. I hope you stay. I hope you get to come back next week. And just remember this: get excited about your recovery, because relapse is sure excited about you. So, thank you.
All right, y'all, help me sing them happy birthday, dear Alki. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Alki. Happy birthday to you. Don't you forget it!
Let's close with this. We're getting ready to give away a little, what do you call these bikes? Beach Cruiser in a few minutes. But there's a guy in the house here I got to call up here and have him give a couple minutes. I never met him before till tonight, but he just got one of the greatest faces and attitudes I've ever met. Dosick, come on up here. Yeah. Introduce yourself to this crew, because you just, brother.
Appreciate you.
Love it.
All right.
Hey, Malcolm.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's going down.
Malcolm.
Yes. Hey, my name's Malcolm King. I'm with Dope Sick. Man, I ran into the guys from Dope Sick probably about 7 years ago. I'm a normie, so I'm not an addict, but I'm a normie. But I did have problems with drinking back in the days, because I played football, went to college, Cal State Fullerton over here. I was on a football scholarship, never drank. But your first day in college, what they do is they try to recruit you. So these guys, bought me 240 ounces, and after that, I was a wrap. You know what I'm saying? So I always had one foot on each side of the street, one foot, doing good things, the other foot doing bad things. I grew up as a local street fighter out here in Orange County, man. So we used to, back in the days when people used to fight, you know what I'm saying? But now it's all kinds of other crazy stuff. So yes, I was always on both sides. But when I went to college, the street came with me also. So we still played ball, but we still were kind of rowdy, you know what I'm saying? So then you start drinking. Next thing you know, you get locked up a couple times, I was in Orange County jail, you know what I'm saying, as a young man at the age of 19, but I also went back to Orange County jail as a student with my class, right? Because I did criminology at Chapman University, so we had to go to a tour through Orange County jail. So when I got to the county jail, I knew all the sheriffs. They already knew me. Took my class for the tour, you know what I'm saying? But like a lot of the guys say, man, everything that happens in life, it happens for a reason. I wouldn't take any of the days back, man. All the time. I mean, on the football field, scoring touchdowns, leading my team, to get locked up, having to lead my car. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing, man. But the Lord's with us all the time. So I tell everybody, I take the Lord with me no matter where I go, right? Like, there's no one better than God, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know anything about addiction. Addiction was like, because I wasn't never a drug addict. I mean, I drank, but I never even considered addiction. But when I was out there, this guy came in one day up to my shop, because I build websites also. So he came in and said, hey, I need a website for my treatment center. I said, treatment center, what's that? So I looked it up and I started doing my research. I said, oh man, I could do something. I wanted to do something with the drug industry, but I didn't know what I wanted to do. To a church and gave away some free gear, but the church didn't like why we were there. So they really couldn't explain to the church like why they were there. They're just handing out the shirts. So I was like, you know what, let's get online, let's start sharing people's stories, and let's just turn the whole dumpster thing around. So it's been like 7 years in the making, and we're still getting stories. I got my boy Mohawk Mass stories. we got Adam, Misfit, you know what I'm saying, Blessed and Thankful, Mike Fiore, like everybody here, man. So many guys, beautiful stories here. So we'll be here on the 1st, right? Yeah. On the 1st, we'll be back on the 1st, more Dope Sick gear. Dope Sick is with the Lord. Right, that's been the goal from day one. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So the goal, I was thinking like with drug addiction, like when someone's getting high, they're shooting up the needles, they're doing all this stuff. It's like at that stage of your life, you really don't love yourself, right? But when you start to get gym sick, when you start loving the Lord and loving the gym and, you know, flexing and getting your walk on every day and eating healthy, y'all, we got to eat healthy, man. Because y'all think drugs can kill you, food can kill you. You know what I'm saying? You eating the wrong food consistently, clogging up your arteries so your blood can't flow properly. Like, food can kill you in the long term. Drinks can, you know what I'm saying? Watch for chips. Just read the carb in your body so you're not overloading your body with salt and sugar. You know what I'm saying? And I know a lot of my addiction people out here, I know you guys still smoke too, you know. But I want to encourage everybody not to smoke, man. Because one time I was at cigarette smoke or died down to the last breath. These guys not even understand how this worked, but when I first met him, the one guy, he was at 40% lung capacity. That means he was like barely breathing, you know what I'm saying? By the time he passed away, by the time both of them passed away, they're breathing like one breath every 2 minutes damn near, like slow. And that's you know what I mean, it's another way to pass, you know what I mean? So I love those food labels. Watch what you eat, where you eat. Even be careful of who's making your food. So like for me, I starve myself. I don't even.
He's 6 years old. Come on now. You can't deny it, like I said, but he told some good truth there, and that's why we got a gym and, you know, people working out, because the first thing I found out is when you exercise and all that, it's like dopamine, serotonin, all that stuff, it gets you high, you know. They said it's kind of like heroin, so man, I hit the gym immediately, you know, when I found that out. But let me see, what am I closing with? I got, we're getting ready to do raffle of this bike right now. Getting ready to do the raffle of this bike. Okay, where's our raffle people? How do we do this? Make this good. There's nobody like Susan and Brian.
Oh my God. Hey, yeah, I want to thank everybody for participating in the extreme and for all the people who didn't need a bike but put money in for somebody else to get a ticket. Thank you for participating in people's recovery and pressing into them. And thanks for supporting us, because this money goes to us, what we're doing right here, which makes us be able to do more. And here we go.
Give me a choice. I said, Christ, I don't believe in Peter Pan, Frankenstein or Superman. All I wanna do is
what it is for people. So, you know, at church, we've been talking. This new season is me just sitting on the Word a little more. And one of the things they spoke about today is that we find our breakthrough when we're broken down. Which you heard Matt talk about, you heard Chief talked about, the gift of desperation, right? So that's my recovery. My recovery, I'm a counterpuncher. A lot of times I would want to prevent myself from getting triggers and cravings, or prevent things that are inevitable, and then when they would occur, I never had a plan to fight, right? I thought because I was living a life of recovery, life should just be great. It's not. I still live in the same world I did when I used for 20 years. I just live in a different reality now in that same world. The same things occur. So I have to run through is seeds, right? Seeds being planted. Not all the time I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. A lot of times the seed of doubt was planted in my life because of failure. Because I thought failure was the opposite of success. I never seen what failure really was. In this scripture right here, I have plans for you to prosper. So when we're failing, it's actually not a negative thing. Marco says it all the time. Failure and success both leave clues. So failure is not the opposite of success. Failure is on the path to success. And because I'm going to fail more than I'm going to succeed, I no longer put my value on the outcomes. I put my value on the effort going from failure to failure without losing enthusiasm. To me, that's a successful person. Someone that can continuously fail and keep going. So we'll go into the next scripture real quick because it follows that. The pain you've been feeling can't compare to the joy that's coming. The reason that we're in pain, what's our knowledge of self and active addiction? We're not too happy with ourselves, right? We think of ourselves in a negative way. So knowledge without imagination limits you, to quote Einstein, right? So if our knowledge of self is that we're worthless and pieces of shit, how are we going to imagine a better life to even fight for? So what God's telling us right here is that the pain that you're feeling can't compare to the joy that's coming. So if you're trying to compare your life being better at your darkest moment, you're not going to be able to how great it could be in that moment until we start taking action. Right? I'm pretty sure there's a term, life beyond your wildest dreams. There's a reason they say that, because it is beyond your wildest dreams. And then Matthew 17:20, for truly I tell you, if you have faith the size of a mustard seed. So God, we don't even need to be the highest here, God. But when I reach my hand up and I pray, God comes down to me. When I take one step towards Him, He takes 3 steps towards me. God's the type of person in a relationship, you go 10%, He'll come to 90. So what does the mustard seed of faith look like for you? Because for me in the beginning, all I did was search for God. I didn't need to find Him. I was just asking questions. Is this you? Is that you? Is this you? Because at the end of the day, the spiritual foundation to this is what's going to keep us clean. Me finding Jesus and believing in Jesus has allowed me to see the duality of life. There is no good and bad. There just is. There is no bad luck and good luck. There's lessons and then there's blessings. It's allowed me to see how failure and success are actually related. It allowed me to see that I should appreciate sadness, because without sadness, I would never know what happiness ever felt like. I should appreciate pain, because I don't know about you, that's the only way I know how to learn is by going through something painful. So if you're running from your pain, you're running from your recovery. Your pain shouldn't stop you. The trials and tribulations aren't to hurt us. To go back to the other scripture, I have plans to prosper you and not harm you. So if you're going through something in life right now and you think you're being harmed, you're not. You're being built up for something that's coming your way. Because every single one of us is the prescription from one another to get each other better. And that's why God created us. Every single one of us has something inside. Society's not getting better, because the ones that I believe can change society and change the world, we're keeping ourselves a secret from the world because of our secrets. The world needs us. That's right. What I see right now, and I say this whether there's 2 people in my group or there's hundreds, I honestly, truly believe deep down in my heart, I will not stop until the world knows how great we are as people and stop judging us on the things we did in our active addiction. That's what drives me. And I'll close with this one, Chief, right? So everyone wants to know what God's will is, God's work is, and I was searching for it, and I think I found it, right? John 6:29, Jesus answered, the work of God is this, to believe in the one He has sent. Everyone's looking for their purpose. If you truly, honestly believe in Jesus Christ, this is how I took this scripture. That means I'm forgiven. If I truly believe in Jesus Christ, and it's to give more than to receive. If I truly believe in Christ, no matter what. If I start moving that way, God's word comes through me. His desire comes on my heart. I don't have to ask for things in my life no more, because God's going to put things in my life that I thought I never wanted. My life has things in it right now. One, I never knew I wanted. Two, no, I knew what I liked. And things that used to matter most no longer matter to me. So the more you just look for Christ, whatever that mustard seed needs to be for you, that's all it needs to be, is a mustard seed. You know what I'm saying? Marco says it all the time. When you come to Christ, you don't come clean. You come. At times I thought I had this perfect life and doing these perfect things in order to call myself a Christian. It's the other way around, because Jesus came to serve the.
Man, like I said, we need to hear that in our minds. Like I said, just to.
That long on heaven's door. That's right. How about you? Come on. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Yeah, yeah. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven. Knocking on heaven's door. Mama put these guns in the ground. I can't shoot them anymore. That long black cloud is coming down. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Oh, yeah. Knocking on heaven's door. All right, let me hear you. All right, yeah. Knock, knock, knock.
All right, for those of you who stuck around, this is the favorite part of the night. Grab a hand. Phil will be here. I'll be singing and doing all that stuff. We got the SOG crew here going to come and do some hip hop. The greatest. Oh yeah, come on now. Oh, that's beautiful. Hey, we'll celebrate together. I love that. Trust God. That's beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Give yourself a break.
Give yourself a break.
Surrender.
Surrender.
Yeah.
What's that?
Put God first and everything else will go in line.
Put God first, man. What a concept, you know. That Bible says, seek ye first. First God, you know, God first. He'll fill you up. There you go. Oh my gosh.
So one act helps another? That's right. Can't go wrong.
That's it.
Always extend.
Hey.
One of the last things I'll close with is, you know, making amends. So we all fuck up, excuse me, man, you know. Yeah.